What's up everybody, welcome back to the Art of Crypto, the birthplace of absolutely legendary gains. In this video, we are going to take a look at Bitcoin and figure out exactly where it's going to go. Is it going to start dumping? Is it going to start pumping and break all-time highs? If you want to figure out exactly which levels you should be looking at for Bitcoin, you're going to want to watch till the end of this video. But right before I get into it, if you haven't already followed me on Twitter at _theartofcrypto, this is where I'm sharing the latest market updates, as well as any trading setups that I'm looking for. And if you can see right here, this is actually an NFT play that I believe you guys could keep an eye out for. I've written the reasons why I did that. Now, the thing about these NFT projects is that it really pays to be inside their Discord servers really early on, because then you will be able to get into the pre-sale. And I'm not saying this is financial advice, nor am I shitting this for financial reasons, but these NFTs tend to be able to get resold on the secondary marketplaces like OpenSea for quite a good profit. But again, as with anything, only invest if you enjoy the art or maybe enjoy the community. But I will leave the Discord link down in the description below, so just check it out. Maybe you're interested, and if you're in the Discord, you're going to get included in the pre-sale, which is free money most of the time. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's get into Bitcoin now. So if you just take a look, this is a chart that I drew like pretty long ago, and I was discussing the possibility, right? I've spoken about this up to 10 days ago about this bearish order block, and look at where the price came into, right? I drew this like a week ago at least. Feel free to go back into my videos and feel free to fact check this, but this was already a scenario that I was looking at for a while now, and I was saying that Bitcoin's probably going to get rejected off of here. In fact, if you're in the private Discord group, I expected 48 to 49k to be the top for now, right? If we get there, you can build a short. And well, I didn't, because I was still bullish at that time, but I really should have, because then I'd be almost 10% up right now. But this is not about me shitting myself. So if you just take a look at this chart, right, you can see that the drawings look quite interesting. And if I just zoom out a little bit, you can see that this right here looks like a full-blown bear market, right? And that is a scenario that I'm considering as well. I understand that a lot of people do not like it when I give bearish news, but I just have to put it out there that this is a scenario that I'm considering. Although I'm not calling it yet, but I'm still keeping the scenario in mind that this could be the top for this year's bull market. Now, I know the stock to flow model does not reflect this. I know many whales accumulating and everything does not reflect that we are going into a bear market, but just keep that possibility in mind, right? Because you never know what could happen. Now, I don't know how many of you watched that video I made about, like, the thumbnail was something like, are central banks really going to do this? In fact, I'm going to link it up top for you guys to go watch it. But if you want to get a sense of what the crypto markets, right, not just crypto, but like macroeconomically, right, on a major scale, how things are going to move, then you're going to want to watch that video. Because over there, I actually talk about the DXY, and if you want to know the correlation between the DXY and Bitcoin, make sure you go watch it, right? But I was saying that DXY is bullish on a macro scale, and when DXY is bullish, it's not going to look pretty for Bitcoin, right? And again, I'm not going to get into it in this video, but DXY could potentially be looking at a about a 10, 20, maybe 30 week sort of uptrend, and that's not going to be pretty for Bitcoin. As all of you might know, if Bitcoin's not doing well, crypto is not going to be doing well. So make sure you go watch that video. But for now, I really don't want to put that possibility out of the picture, because possibilities, right, could happen for all we know. But for now, let's just play the charts according to what I'm seeing. And at the moment, the only level right now, I'm going to put it right out there, the only level that you're going to want to pay attention to, right, for Bitcoin is 42.6k, right? Anything that happens up here is noise, because 42.6k is like the first real level of like support. But I wouldn't even say like, hey, if you were going to get Bitcoin at 42.6k, I would even go with a smaller position if I were you, because right now I'm just going to scroll down a little bit and I'm going to go into a lower time frame, and you can see that we have a clear-cut order block right here, right? And for those of you who do not know what are order blocks, they are simply areas of untapped liquidity where institutions really like to push the price to. And if you don't believe that this is areas that institutions like to push the price to, just look at what happened over here, right? We had an order block here. Look at where the price came into. Bang on, right? We had an order block here. Price dipped into it, doesn't want to break below it, and then it goes up, right? And this is the power of order blocks. These are areas that institutions really like to push the price to. And for those of you who do not think that markets are manipulated, you are living in a dream. I'm sorry to say, but every market out there, from Forex to stocks to crypto especially, they're all manipulated. So the sooner you can accept that fact and start to learn to see what these institutions are trying to do, right? The sooner you start seeing their footprints and what they're trying to tell you, the more successful you're going to be. So in this case, this is going to be your bullish order block, right? This is going to be the first area of real, how do I put this? This is going to be the first area that I would start buying Bitcoin heavily at. Now, I will look at 42.6k as well, but this is going to be a smaller position. But the majority of my buys are going to be situated in between these two levels. And just so we get an optimal entry, I'm going to mark down these two levels right here, which is going to be 41, about 350. So let's just count that as 41,400. And over here at 40,850. All right, these are the two levels that I'm going to watch for Bitcoin in order to start buying in. As for the stop loss, if we were to enter from there, it's going to be right there at about 39k, right? 40k, 39 to 40k, right? Let's just count it as 39,600 for now. So this is going to be your entry number one, assuming that Bitcoin pulls back. Now, am I saying that Bitcoin's going to get there? I feel like it will, because if you just take a look here, right? If you just take a look at the VPVR, you can see that we've broken below like the high volume node. And at the moment, everything below here is just imbalance, right? And as I like to say it, imbalances are areas where, you know, price is not going to find a lot of resistance. It means it's going to be really easy for the price to just slide down all the way to the next order block. And in this case, it's going to be around here. So honestly, these three levels, if you were to buy Bitcoin, right? Anything that happens above here is just noise, right? Bitcoin's going to go to here, at least in my humble opinion. So if you were looking to buy Bitcoin, this is going to be the three levels that you're going to want to watch for. Now, is Bitcoin bearish, right? That's another question we all want to know the answer to. And here's what I have to say. At the moment, you know, we had distribution going into this bearish order block, but is Bitcoin bearish? You know, it's a little bit like in the immediate short term. Yeah, of course, right? For the next few days, you're going to probably see Bitcoin start pulling back. But on a macro scale, are we bearish? You know, if you haven't already watched that central bank video that I did, you really want to do that. Like, it's going to shed so much light onto the next few months, potentially years, onto crypto for you. But at least on Bitcoin, right? If you were to ask me over the next, I don't know, a few weeks, are we bearish or are we bullish? I would say that on a macro scale, right, just maybe on a swing trade medium term perspective, we are still bullish, because if I just draw on the daily chart, right, again, this is on the daily chart, you can see that this is what's happening right now, right? We've got this low here, we've got this high here, higher low, higher high, right? In order for Bitcoin to be bearish, right, assuming that Bitcoin bounces off of this bullish order block, right, based on our entry, then I do believe that Bitcoin is going to go straight to 54k, right? If we do fill this bullish order block, there is a very good chance that we are going to go to 54k with potentially a pit stop right here at 44k, right? At 44k. So this is going to be a take profit zone for you, right? So let me just mark that down as a take profit. So this is a TP, and this is going to be another TP as well. So assuming that we fill this bullish order block, you're going to want to take some profit here. You're definitely going to want to take some profit at 48k. So let me just mark this down at TP as well. And there you go, right? This is picture perfect, right? This is, some might call this Elliott wave, but yeah, this would be the ideal scenario for Bitcoin. However, you know, sometimes things don't play according to our expectations that much. So the bearish scenario for Bitcoin is going to be a break below this level right here. And I'm going to mark this down at this level is going to be 37.5k. Assuming that we do break this level right here, let me just illustrate how this is going to look like on a macro scale, right? We have here, bam, bam. And if we do break this level, do you see what's the big problem here? We have just formed a lower low, right? And assuming, right, usually when you are in a bearish situation, you tend to look for bearish order blocks to get filled. So in this case, this is going to be your bearish order block, right? If we get a massive move down all the way, bam, right? This is going to be like a big down, like just a big swing, right, of down candles. So if that happens, this is going to be your bearish order block. So I want you to just start visualizing it here. This is how you should be trading, right? You should be thinking a few steps ahead. What could potentially happen? And in this case, I am thinking a few steps ahead, and this is potentially what is going to happen. And then once we get this is going to be your confirmation that 100% Bitcoin is in a downtrend, and then you expect the previous lows to get attacked. So bam, it's going to go straight to, I would assume, over here, right? Because this is your next bullish order block right here. And I'm going to just draw that out as the bullish order block. This is going to be the next level you want to pay attention to for Bitcoin. And just to show you the power of these order blocks, right? Look at how the volume picks up right about here, right? This shows you it's institutional areas, my friend. They really like to push the price in between order blocks. Even back then, during this pump here, when I called that Bitcoin was bullish, I was already expecting it to at least try to fill in this order block right here at 48k. And Indeed we did. So now that we have filled a bearish order block, are we going to go to fill a bullish order block? I do believe so, before bouncing. So in order to take into account this bearish scenario over here, I'm going to give you guys some entries in order to prepare for this worst case scenario, right? In case we do get this. But right before I do, if you feel like you've learned a thing or two during this video, I want you to just give this video a massive like. It's a really small gesture, but it really helps a lot. Back to the entries. So immediately you're going to want to mark down this level at 35k. So 35k is going to be like your entry numero uno. And then as a second entry, I'm going to enter over there, and I'm going to mark down another entry over there and one last entry over there. Now I know this block is like huge, right? This block in its entirety is about 15%. And so this is the importance of knowing how to dollar cost average. And basically what that means is that, let's say you had $1,000 to play with, you're not going to enter like all $1,000 over here, right? Similar to this case, right? You're not going to enter all $1,000 at 42,600. What you're going to do, or at least what I recommend you to do, is to split it up, right? Maybe go in 250 here, maybe 250 here, maybe 500 here, you know, you get the point, right? As the price goes lower, you're going to increase your positions. Doing so will allow you to get the most optimal entry, because nobody knows where's the exact bottom, nobody knows where's the exact top. Now, order blocks will give you a good idea of where price might find a top or a bottom, but it is still up to, like, order blocks can be huge, right? And so it is still up to you in order to dollar cost average so that you do not get stuck holding bags while it goes down another 10% before it bounces, right? And with that said, I really do not recommend you to go on high leverage when you are trying to catch bottoms. Most people would benefit from just trading spot, right? Most beginners especially. So just to show you, the levels are going to be at about 34,800, right? 34,800, about 33,350, about 32,250 and 31,100-ish. These are going to be your levels for Bitcoin in order to, like, in the worst case scenario, right? This is where you're going to find support, right? Quote unquote support. Now, I know this might look like, hey, it's bearish, right? If you remember the scenario that I showed you right in the beginning about the bear market, then you might say, hey, you know, we're really bearish. Why should we be buying over there if it's going to go to like 13k? Well, let me just go onto the weekly chart to illustrate this a little bit clearer for you. And you can see that on the weekly chart, if I just hide everything right now, you can see that until, right, on the weekly chart, until we break this level right here at 29k, we are still bullish, right, on a macro scale, right? So if we, let's say, buy Bitcoin at 35k and it bounces, I hope you can see what I'm seeing, right? This is going to be a higher low, and then we're going to go attack the previous high at about 60k, right? If we really do fill this order block or even this previous order block, then I highly believe that Bitcoin's going to go attack 60k, maybe 64k, come back down and then form the last higher low before pushing for 100k. Now, I'm thinking really far ahead right now, but I just want you guys to have some perspective here. Just because it looks bearish on the daily chart does not mean that it is bearish on the weekly chart, right? And ultimately, I would like to take the higher level, you know, the higher time frame analysis with more weight. I would put more weight on the higher time frame. So in this case, in the event that Bitcoin does get to this level, I would buy in heavily, right? And in this case, I will actually set my stop loss just right underneath this level right here at about 29k, right? Sharp, 29k sharp. This is where I would set my stop loss, right? So in the event that we do fill this order block right here, this is going to be a swing trade position, okay? I really do not recommend taking profit in any of these levels, because if we do fill that, it means that on the weekly chart, we are bullish. And if we are bullish, we expect previous protected highs to get attacked. And in this case, this is going to be your previous protected high right here at 60k. And if you don't know what are protected highs, I'm not going to get into it in this video. It's going to be too long. So make sure you go watch the previous video that I did on Cardano ADA. I will link it on the top right hand side or whatever. That is the video that you're going to want to watch if you want to get an idea of how institutions like to trade. That video is long, but I really dive in depth into how institutions like to think, what are bullish order blocks, what are bearish order blocks, how to look for them, right? I will even talk about protected highs, protected lows, everything, right? Even though you might not be interested in ADA, you're going to still want to check out that video. And if you've been watching my channel for a while now, and you feel like, hey, this guy seems to know what he's doing, or maybe you've watched my channel and you've been seeing like, hey, this guy seems to be right a lot of the time, and yes, I am. And if you just want to learn how to do the things that I do, you're going to want to check out the private Discord server. Over here, you're going to get access to everything that I've learned over the years. that will help you become a proficient trader. You're going to learn what works and you're going to discard 90% of the things that don't. And as a bonus, you're going to get access to not only my daily profitable trading setups, but you're also going to get access to my sniper trades as well. And if you've been following me on Twitter, you know how accurate these snipes tend to be. Now, we have people making money every single day. So there have already been multiple people in this Discord who have already paid off their membership real quick. So what am I trying to say? It's probably going to pay itself off. And at the moment, I'm looking to scale this Discord. So it's only going to get better from here on out, right? A revamped trading course, you're going to get basically all the resources that you're going to need in order to succeed as a trader. I really do hope to turn this Discord server into the most legendary Discord server in all of crypto. Like, this is a community, man. This is a family, and I just want to make this the best place to be in crypto. So if you want to get in early before that happens, make sure you join the Discord group. The link will be in the description below. Now, I know this Bitcoin analysis has been super in-depth. So in the future, if you're confused about what Bitcoin's going to do, I believe this video is going to be still relevant in the upcoming 1, 2, maybe even 3 weeks. So if you have any confusions, right, as to how things are going to play out, make sure you watch this video because I'm thinking multiple steps ahead right now. So feel free to come back to this video. And for those of you who are still here, here is your promised trade of the day. And this time we go all the way to REN. So this trade that I'm looking at for REN is going to take quite a while to fill, right? Because my entry is going to be right here at 0.389-ish and 0.385. So these are going to be limit orders, which means you place these orders like long before the price gets there. Now, am I saying the price is going to get there? No, not exactly. But what I am saying that if the price were to get there, it's going to be one hell of a snipe. So just so I give you guys the right expectation, this trade is going to take a while to get filled, right? You might be waiting for up to weeks before this trade is filled. But if it is filled, this is going to be what you call, or at least what I call, a snipe, right? And if you do get this snipe, it will be pretty spot on. And as for the profit taking targets, I don't know yet, but you guys decide, right? This could be a swing trade. And remember, if we go on to, let's say, the weekly chart, just take a look, right? If the price does come back down here and it starts attacking the previous high, then the take profit target is going to be at least 0.73. Now, I don't know about you guys, but a 12-to-1 risk to reward ratio sounds pretty good to me. Now, am I saying that the price is going to get there? No. Like, I do believe that it should target that area. But assuming that it doesn't, then let's try to figure out exactly where we should be taking profit. Well, for starters, this is going to be a take profit zone over here, perhaps over here as well, right, at this previous high. And bam, that's going to be the take profit targets for REN. Right, I'm going to move this just a tiny bit downwards to refine the take profit zones. And there you go. So the entry is going to be over here. Make sure you screenshot this down. I've already given you the exact levels. If you can't even be bothered to mark it down on your own chart, there's nothing more that I can do for you. And these are going to be the take profit levels. So here you go, just a little bit of time for you to mark down these levels. And just again, this might take a while to get filled, right? But if it does fill, this is going to be one hell of a snipe, right? Bam. Again, this is the way that I trade. If you want to get access to more of these kinds of sniper trades, feel free to join the Discord server. I'm calling snipes. Now, again, these are my kind of specialty trades, I guess. So if you want to get access to more of these sniper trades, make sure you join the Discord server. I'm not trying to shit it, but I'm just saying it's going to pay itself off. Not just the knowledge that you get, but from the calls as well. So anyways, if you have watched until this point in the video, I really want to know who are the real ones who actually sat through that probably 20-minute video at this point. And for those of you who are still here, please comment down in the comment section 10%, because you guys are the 10% of people who actually stuck till the end, who are serious about your improvement. And right now, you are so ahead of so many people right now. So just give yourself a pat on the back, and I hope this REN trade makes you some serious cash. But with that said, my friends, I'll see you in the Discord group. May the gains be with you, and peace.